Good morning and welcome to today's stream. Now, what I wanted to discuss today was community sites and what a community site might be to you. Community sites, more people are joining them and, people are building these online communities, but should you create your own and, how do you do it? This is what I'm going to be covering on today's show. Hi, my name is Jason Kruger and I help heart-centered businesses build and automate their online marketing systems. Now, as I said, today I want to discuss community sites because there are more and more communities that are being built online. But should you create your own, and how should you actually go about doing it? Because there are so many different platforms to do it with. I've got clients that are building online communities and they are using free options like Facebook and Facebook groups. Now, this is a great way of creating a community, but there are some pros and cons when it comes to using Facebook, and I'm going to go through those in a minute. And then there are other ways to build them as well using other applications. Now, online communities can take several different forms. You can have the private communities where you do require a login to access them, or it's invite only. You have those public communities that can be searched and anyone can join. But then you also have those hybrid communities where there are the free areas to the community, and then there's the paid areas of the community. And I'm going to be covering a few of those and how you might set them up. But the first area that I wanted to go through was the free option, and the one that most people use, and that's using Facebook. Now, Facebook is a great platform to build your online community because, well, it's a community itself, isn't it? Everyone is on Facebook. So when it comes to building your communities, you can create different groups and then set the permissions on there so that only people that you want in those groups can actually join them. So you can have your private groups where it's invite only, people can ask to join, and then you can either let them in or just remove them. So there's that option. Then there's also just the free community where people can see it and then they can just join it and you don't have to give them permission to join. Now, why don't I like Facebook to create the online communities? The reason for that is you're controlled by Facebook and their policies, etc. And if something happens, you could either lose access to it, which is still happening to me at the moment. Last Monday, I did a stream. I streamed this last Wednesday, but last Monday, I got my account all of a sudden went into a memorialized state. And at the moment, I'm still trying to get access to that. I still haven't had any contact from Facebook, and I've sent them multiple messages. My wife has tried to report it through the app. And at this moment in time, I am still locked out of my Facebook account, which means that if I was running my community, if I haven't got any other admins in that group, I've lost access to all of that. And then all of a sudden, my community is basically dead because I can't get access to it. I can't participate in it. So that is a downside of using Facebook. But for me personally as well, the issue with Facebook groups is nowadays everyone has got a Facebook group. So I'm part of many different Facebook groups. The issue is I miss a lot of information because unless I go to that group and scroll through to find out what I have missed, if it doesn't come up on my news feed, I forget about it. I lose connection with that group and I might not see any information for a few days. And that can be an issue because if you're putting a lot of information in there and people aren't always going to that group to double check everything, they could miss out on some important information as well. And as I said, you're under Facebook's control and you're basically renting that space. And if something goes wrong, you could lose access to that completely. And that's why I'm in the process of creating my own online community. And if that is of interest to you, then all you need to do is go to jasonkruger.com/community, where you can sign up. Now, it's not built yet. I'm in the process of building that all. And, you can still sign up to kind of the waiting list. And as soon as it's ready, you'll be sent out an email with all the instructions on how to join. Now, that online community, what do I see it to be? I want it to be a safe space where people can discuss the issues they're having with their online marketing tech, getting support, and just having a very supportive community, helping people move their businesses forward, especially if you're just starting out online and you're going to have a million questions that might need answering. That community is where I would love to build for you, where you can ask us questions and ask questions about the different online marketing tech and actually get your questions answered. But as I said, I'm not building this on Facebook just because of all those reasons. At the moment, I can't even get access to Facebook. So even if I wanted to build it on Facebook, I can't. I've got no access. So what is the alternatives to Facebook? Well, there are many different applications out there. One that I'm actually building my community on is called Circle, and they are continually adding more features to it. Hopefully in the near future we'll have the events features and also the live video. That is something that they've told us that they're actively working on. And the reason I like Circle is because it does have that Facebook feel to it. So, your audience, if they already are on Facebook, it's not going to be a huge jump. There are other applications out there like Mighty Networks. It's also kind of a social media type site. Then there's also the other kind of communities that are built on Discord, or one that I'm part of that's on Gilded. Now, the reason I haven't chosen those, and these ones are actually free, but the reason I haven't decided to build my communities on there is because of my audience. And when you're coming to build your community sites, I do think you need to take that into consideration. Who is actually going to be using the applications that you're building your community sites on? Because if it's not going to be intuitive to them, then they're not going to use it. And that's why I'm using Circle, because a lot of the people that I'm hoping to serve and help, they all are on Facebook. They are comfortable with Facebook. Now, Gilded and Discord is, you could say, more aimed at gamers. So there's a lot of different things in there, and it can be a bit confusing. The one feature I do like in there is that they do have the active chat. So it's real-time chat. People can just chat in there in different groups if you wanted to. So you get that real-time information rather than just posting things and writing comments. And hopefully maybe Circle would introduce that in the future. But for now, my audience likes the Facebook experience, posting stuff on there. And so that's why I'm looking at Circle. But with all these community sites, you do need to have a look at how you're structuring them. And, you want people to engage within your communities. Now, why are people being drawn to these community sites rather than just a normal membership? Well, I think the last 12 to 18 months has had a big effect on this, because people have been stuck at home and they want to still be able to communicate with people, find like-minded people to chat with, go through that might have the same experiences and might be going through the same kind of heartaches or the issues that they might be going through. And, people can help each other. And so I think a lot of online communities have definitely grown over the last 12 to 18 months because people want to find answers and they want to be able to chat to other people rather than maybe people that are in their own households. And I think that's why community sites have become a really big part of it, but it's also where people can engage. And if you're the owner of these communities, you can ask questions, you can answer questions, you feel more part of your audience, and the audience feels more in connection with you, so that you can then answer those questions, find out what is it that they are actually looking for, and you can maybe create a product or a service out of that to help those people. So it's a way that you can look to build your business. But as I said, you need to have different ways of engaging your audience, and moving it away from Facebook and building your own community site on these different platforms. You know, people nowadays are definitely looking at their privacy, how their information is being used, asking questions, and they just want to belong to a community. And unfortunately, with using Facebook, people don't always feel comfortable with that, because, you know, it's a platform that's renowned for advertising and potentially abusing your data. So when you're building your communities on that, sometimes you do need to maybe look at that. You know, is your audience comfortable within those Facebook groups as well? But having your own community site, you have more control, because you can create different areas. Now, within Facebook groups, you can create kind of topics and things like that in there. But if there's more discussions going on, a lot of those threads, etc., can get lost in those groups, because there's not a lot of organization. Whereas if you're using these community platforms, you can have different sections where people can put more relevant information into those different sections. So it becomes easier to find information. And as I say, you've got more control over that. You can guide the topics as well as the creator. You have more security, because, you know, the people that create these other platforms know that the security, the privacy is a major thing with people. So they're going to make sure that these apps are more secure, you know, rather than using Facebook or maybe even LinkedIn groups, if you're part of those, where, you know, there's limited ability to protect your members' privacy. More data. When you're on Facebook, who do you think is collecting all the data? Well, it's Facebook. Do they share all that information with you? Not really. You know, if you've asked certain questions, yes, you might be able to gain more information, but Facebook is definitely going to have a lot more information on your members that you'll ever be able to get. Whereas on these third party systems, you can control that information, which also again goes back to the security and the privacy. You can control what happens within your community. These community sites don't need your users' data. It's not something that interests them. But some of the information that you might be able to gather will help you to guide the conversation and build a better community. So those are kind of things that you need to look at when, you know, you're looking to build your online community. Now, with all these online communities, what are the benefits that you might have? You know, and why do people want to join an online community? Well, this is where you can create real connections with people, especially if you've got a business that might be more international, or there's people all around the country. The last 12 to 18 months has proven that, you know, you can build these online communities and they can be more successful because people can't meet up. It's only now where things are starting to open up, where people could start get together, you know, in larger groups. But some people might still feel unsafe and not wanting to do that, and that could carry on for months, maybe years, because of everything that's happened in the last 12 to 18 months. So online communities are a great way to start creating real connections with people, because everyone from anywhere can join. You can also stand out from your competition. because you can have a better customer experience. You can use it for support. You can use it to answer questions in an onboarding process, for instance. And I think if people are in these communities, they know that they can ask a question, and if you're not able to answer that question right away, there's always going to be a community member that might be able to help at that point as well. And maybe then you might need to top up the information yourself, but the people will engage with members. You can generate leads, acquire new members. You know, if you have a thriving community where people are feeling confident and they love the community because it's so supportive, and they can get their questions answered and they can move their businesses forward, etc., people are going to want to join that community, which in turn helps you generate leads for your business. You can find out what it is that they are struggling with, and potentially you could create a service or a product that could help them. It's a great way of showcasing your talents, your experience, and how you can help people as well. Can you not use it to improve your products or services when people are in these communities? Can you ask them, you know, is there any way that I can improve this product or this service? Get feedback from your community. Yes, you could potentially send out a survey or a feedback form at the end of a course or when someone has purchased a product, but do they always answer those questions? Whereas in a community, you know, people will feel safe in that community. People can have other feedback. So you can use that to improve your whole business by improving your products and services. Decreasing support as well. Because if you have as I said before, if you've got people within your community that have experience, that might have been with you for a few years, so they know some of the answers, they can answer those questions for people as well within that community. So in turn, it means that if you've got a support desk, you might not get as many support requests coming through because those questions are being answered in the community. Now, I'm not saying that you need to have a community just for support requests. No, that's not what I'm saying, because who wants that? You know, you want to be able to direct your answers and make sure that the correct information is going out to these people. But a community where they can answer kind of frequently asked questions would be a great way to remove some of those support requests. You might have a site where you might be able to advertise within that community. So not just your own products, but you might be an affiliate for other products and services that might be of benefit to your community. And you could use your community site to advertise those products or those services, and you might get some kind of affiliate commission. It's another way to add other revenue to your business. Could your community site not drive referrals to you or to potentially other members as well? Because people are going to be in there and they might say, oh, I know someone that is struggling with this, you know, can I invite them to the community? And they come into the community, again, generates new leads. Maybe you can help that person as well. So it could be a referral engine without you even realizing it. And that's a great way to grow your business as well. And as I said, throughout all of this, it can help to grow your business. It will definitely grow your list if you've got more people coming in and you've got a way to capture it. Now, again, if you're using Facebook, generating leads in that way is more difficult because you're going to have third-party applications, etc., that are going to be used to connect all of this together to make sure that you are generating those leads in your CRM system. And sometimes it's not always easy on Facebook because people might not give that information. So having a community site that you build yourself will allow you to get that information. So you can grow your business in the sense of growing your list, but it's going to just show people what you can do, and in turn, again, hopefully you can sell them your products and services. So that's what I think, a community site is. It's a way to get more engagement within your business. And I think it was Pat Flynn, he had a book, I think it's called 1,000 Superfans, or I think it's called Superfans. And in that book, he said that you just need 1,000 superfans and your business will just skyrocket. Trying to get 1,000 superfans, it is, it's not an easy thing to do. But if you have a community site, it's definitely a way to help you do that. Because if you have 1,000 superfans, they are the ones that are going to help to refer people to you. They will be the ones that are defending you on social media as well. So it is great to have those types of fans within your business. And what better way to build that through a community site? Now, if you do have any questions regarding anything that I've covered today, then please leave a comment down below and I will make sure that I answer it for you. And if you've liked the content, please give me a thumbs up as well, as it really does help with the channel. And if you have liked this content and you would like to be notified when I next post a video or when I next go live, then please consider subscribing to the channel and clicking on the notification bell as well, so that you do get notified when I next post a video or go live. Now, I don't know why you have to click on the notification bell. Surely if you subscribe to the channel, you want those notifications, but oh well, that's the way that YouTube works. But if you do subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. So are you creating a community site, or are you looking to create a community site? How are you looking to structure it? Again, it's all very well saying, yes, I'm going to create a community site, but what type of topics, what are you looking to actually build within your community site? As I said, for me, it's going to be all about online marketing tech and helping people through that, advising people on what they should look to use to build parts of their business online. And if that does interest you and you want to join my community, then please go to jasonkruger.com/community. Now, the community site is not quite ready yet. I am working on it, and I'm hoping within the next week or so it will go live. But you can just subscribe now. You will get an email thanking you for your interest. And as soon as that site goes live, you will be sent another email where you will be given instructions on how to join it. So if that does interest you, then please look to join by going to jasonkruger.com/community. So I hope today's content around community sites and what a community site could be for you, it's something that I think is just going to grow. People will still have membership sites where they have courses, etc. And I'm one of them. I have a platform where I upload all my YouTube videos at the moment, and it's all free. And if you want to join that, again, go to jasonkruger.com/free, and you'll be able to search all my videos in there properly. It actually transcribes all my videos so that you'll be able to find the right topic within the video as well. Don't need to scrub through every video trying to find the content that you are looking for. And what I've noticed is that people will still have membership sites where they have a lot of content for people to consume, but they will also have these community sites now as well. Sometimes, yes, it would be great to have the two connected, but for myself, the platform that I use for the membership is called Searchy. It has features that I really, really love on there. And I like Circle, and I love what they're doing with the communities. Now, there is a slight a way that I could maybe merge the two together, but I think it would become a bit of a mess. I would like just to have the two separate. And the thing with Circle as well is that they do have a mobile app. So it does act like Facebook, where people will get notifications when there's new content posted, and they can change their notification settings as well. And it's just a great platform. So do check them out if you are looking to create a community site. And, you know, as I said, that's why I'm keeping them to the two separate. And I have seen many people do this and are adding these kind of community sites to their businesses, because I think they've realized that it's a great way to keep in contact with their audiences, answer questions that they might not cover in other content, but it might give them other content ideas where they can create videos or other content to fill gaps that they might not have realized existed. And, you know, that's one of the reasons I want to do that as well. I want to try and help as many people as I can. And, you know, I don't know everything that people are struggling with when it comes to the online marketing tank. And so if people want to let me know through a community site, for example, that's just a great way for me to serve them and get that information out there. And for the moment, if it is something that you are struggling with and you need help with, please just leave a comment down below and I will make sure that I get that covered for you as well. So I hope you've enjoyed the content today. As I said, the community site will be up and running hopefully within the next week or so. So please look to join that and join this community where I want to be able to help people with the online marketing tech and make sure that they're not getting stuck for months on potentially simple things that can be solved, but might be a roadblock for them moving forward. So please look to join that community. I really want to help you to move forward. And again, hope you've enjoyed the content today. There will be more content around community sites coming out. I'm trying to get more organized to plan out my content more to make sure that I'm trying to cover as much as possible and that I don't forget any topics. So I hope to see you on the next one.